Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. Today is Tuesday, September 24th, 2013. I'm Jim Fuller. In tonight's news, law enforcement agencies in Coffee and Bedford County will be receiving funds from a state grant. Tennessee's jobless rate remained unchanged in the month of August. A McMinnville man has joined a growing list of plaintiffs filing legal action as the result of last year's outbreak of fungal meningitis. And a former Winchester City finance director has been ordered to serve a 8-year jail term. We'll have all those stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
Come to Jim Oliver Smokehouse in beautiful Mont Eagle, Tennessee, your mountain getaway destination. Stay in one of our 21 log and timber frame cabins. Enjoy the romantic fireplace and jacuzzi tub. Get more information and book a reservation at thesmokehouse.com.
Looking for a unique gift for someone special, or perhaps something just for yourself? Then you need to check out Grady Mack Denim Company, right here in the heart of Tullahoma. Grady Mack features the full line of men's and women's Lucky brand apparel. Stop in and check out our denim production line. Grady Mack offers a full line of outdoor sporting apparel and much more. And check out our custom fly fishing equipment, fine art, and signed sports memorabilia. There's something for everyone at Grady Mack Denim Company, the most unique store in Tullahoma.
When you're running late headed to that sporting event or horse show and hungry but need gas, you don't have to choose which to get. Just stop at any Quick Mart where gas prices are normal and the food is outstanding. Burgers, fries, salads, sub sandwiches, chicken strips, egg rolls, even pizza can be picked up while the gas is pumping. Stop by any Quick Mart today and not only save time, but enjoy some good cooking, southern hospitality, and prices you can live with.
Men love sports, but men can't always be at home with Charter TV watching sports. So men do what men have to do. They watch live ESPN on their mobile devices. Not simulated sports, real sports. Live ESPN, anytime, anywhere. Even here. Watch ESPN is available at no extra charge with your Charter TV service. Download the app or visit charter.net/on-the-go.
Welcome back. 370 agencies across the state will be receiving some extra money next year. Governor Bill Haslam, TDOT Commissioner John Shore, and the Governor's Highway Safety Office Director Kendall Poole announced last week that $21.1 million in grants will be awarded to various agencies throughout Tennessee. The funds support the mission of which the GHSO, which is to save lives and reduce injuries on Tennessee roadways through leadership, innovation, coordination, and program support in partnership with numerous public and private organizations. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration provides the funding to the Governor's Highway Safety Office. The 434 grants for the 2014 funding cycle were awarded to 370 agencies that successfully applied for funding based on a defined problem and statistical need. In Coffee County, the District Attorney General's office will receive $216,000 to be used for DUI abatement and prosecution enhancement. The Manchester Police Department will receive $30,000 for impaired driver enforcement, while the Tullahoma Police Department will get $13,760, which they will use for traffic services. The Coffee County Sheriff's Department gets $5,000 for high visibility enforcement. Bedford County received $19,000, while the cities of Bell Buckle and Wartrace got $5,000 each. Tennessee's jobless rate remained unchanged at 8.5% last month. The Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development says the unemployment rate has been steady since June. Total employment in the volunteer state was up by some 32,000 jobs last month, or about 2.2% above the same time last year. University of Tennessee economist Matt Murray says the state's economy is growing, but the rate of expansion has slowed. The UT Center for Business and Economic Research projects unemployment will remain at around 8.2% this year and drop to 7.6% in 2014. The jobless rate is expected to remain above the national average. Murray says business and residential investments and exports will help Tennessee's jobless rates, while cuts in government spending will be a drag on the economy. Franklin County leaders are reviewing a proposal that could alter emergency ambulance service for the county. Franklin County's first emergency response is currently provided by Rural Metro Corporation, which filed for bankruptcy protection last month. A new ambulance company, A&E Emergency Services, says it can handle 911 calls. Ben Smith operates the Deckard-based ambulance company. He's asking citizens who are dissatisfied with Rural Metro to contact county commissioners. County Mayor Richard Stewart says A&E approached the County Commission's Legislative Committee earlier this month with a plan to provide ambulance service. Mayor Stewart says the request is under review by the Emergency Services Board. A McMinnville man has joined a growing list of plaintiffs filing legal action as a result of last year's outbreak of fungal meningitis. Thomas Davis claims that he got the disease after a single injection with a tainted painkiller at Nashville St. Thomas Outpatient Neurosurgical Center last September. His suit claims that he was hospitalized for 33 days because of the sometimes fatal disease. The contaminated injections were traced to a compounding pharmacy in New England. 15 Tennessee patients died and 153 were sickened. Davis is seeking damages from the hospital, a referring clinic, and the compounding company. The outbreak resulted in numerous lawsuits, many of which are being consolidated by a federal judge in Boston. A former city finance director has been ordered to serve an 8-year jail term for her appeal after her appeal of the sentence was denied by an appellate court. Mary Faye Mara, age 63, was charged with the theft of over $60,000 in November of 2011. She later entered a guilty plea on the theft charge but appealed her prison term, instead asking for alternate sentencing that would avoid jail time. The State Court of Criminal Appeals denied her petition last week, and the woman was ordered to begin her prison term. In addition to the jail time, Mora must pay back $227,000 to the city. Investigators say Mora took checks written to the city for court fines and fees and converted them into cashier's checks and cash. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
We just hit our 25-year anniversary here at Statement Nav Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and we are celebrating. We've got a huge selection of markdowns on 2013 models that must go. I want you to celebrate with us in your new vehicle. Quit worrying about your credit. Here at Statement Nav Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we've got lenders to help with all credit situations. I want to thank you for our 25 years in business. So come by and see me today for our 25-year anniversary sale. And remember, if anyone can, Stan can.
Are you a shoeanista with no place local to find your style? Well, now you don't have to travel any further than Brent She Boutique, located at the Village on Jackson, 1940 North Jackson Street, Suite 120 in Tullahoma. From funky to formal, you can find the fit and style that will make you smile at Brent's. A shoeanista herself, owner Brenda Kemp offers brands like Rocket Dog, Jessica Simpson, Mia, Nine West, J. Renee, Bandolino, and more. Want that accessory splash that none of your friends have? Brent's offers a selection of one-of-a-kind handbags and jewelry with just the right bling. So if your shoe selection doesn't stack up, find what you've been looking for at a price you can afford at Brent She Boutique, now open in Tullahoma.
Hello, I'm Jim Woodard from Woodards Diamond Showroom. Some think that since we're a single store operation, we don't have the buying power of the mega chain or department stores. Woodards is a part of the Master IJO Jewelers, the world's largest jewelry buying group. This gives us the power of $800 million in sales. You get the best of both worlds, the buying power of a major with the customer service of a hometown jeweler. Woodards Diamond Showroom inside Northgate Mall of Tullahoma.
I thought Red Cross does Katrina. They don't help single moms.
Hi.
What happened to our house last year about your birthday?
It flooded and the water flooded out. Yeah.
The Red Cross arranged the hotel for us. They gave me that break, that leverage to be able to get it together and take care of them, you know. I feel like we've come full circle.
Like that. Mm-hmm. This is how I'll do it.
There you go.
Welcome back. The 41A Music Festival is coming up this weekend. I spoke with Jason Redd, who is the festival director for the Highland Rim Kiwanis Club, about what we can expect at this year's event.
Hi, I'm Jason Redd with the Highland Rim Kiwanis Club, and I'm the festival director for the 41A Music and Arts Festival that we have each year at the end of September, this year the 27th and 28th in downtown Tullahoma. This year's event features 10 musical acts ranging from a tribute to Michael Jackson to a jazz fusion artist all the way to the current country artists that are exploding in Nashville right now. Will Hogue is our Friday night headliner. Will is releasing his 8th studio album in October and is on a national tour and stopping by Tullahoma to give us a good show that promises to be very energetic. And we're actually getting a lot of response from people throughout the country that are planning to come see his performance.
57 years of memories fall like the rain comes down, and I could not help myself but cry as they laid you in the ground. But when I get my wings, I'm gonna fly back home to you. Go ahead and you can tell St. Peter, open up, I'm coming on.
Saturday night headliner is Natalie Stovall. Natalie's a very dynamic fiddle player that's recently been signed to Hit Shop Records out of Nashville and puts on a tremendous show, very energetic.
Get up every day, start another page in this crazy life I'm in. Ain't no time to rest, gotta make the best of every single breath I'm given. I'm a woman with a mind of my own. I ain't scared of getting what I want, 'cause I keep going around and round in circles until my God is coming.
And she's being opened by Valerie Buckner, who is a third-time repeat at the 41A Music and Arts Festival. Valerie is a Tullahoma native and has a very energetic show, very high energy, up on your feet, dancing in the aisles show where she does 80s, 90s, and 2000s covers. Really gets people pumped up, and I think that'll be a great compliment to our show and especially a great way to kick off Natalie's performance. As you will recall, the show is a fundraiser, the major fundraiser for the Highland Rim Kiwanis Club. We have raised throughout the course of the festival over $40,000 that we have funneled back into the community through very worthwhile charities such as Coffee County Cares for Families, Head Start, Horseplay, Talk About Curing Autism, Tullahoma Daycare, and many others. The list just goes on, and we add to that every year, and we're happy to do that. The event could not happen without the support of our sponsors. If you're interested in sponsorship opportunities that range anywhere from $50 to $3,000, please look for us on our Facebook page at Highland Rim Kiwanis 41A Music Festival or at our website www.highlandrimkiwanis.org. Thank you.
Jason, this event, I believe, is also free to the public, that people that want to come and watch.
Absolutely. We're a totally free event. The costs are underwritten by our supporters. We have a lot of vendors there that will help us raise money. We have drink sales that we raise money through, but it's totally free to get in. We do, however, have donation boxes at the gates and at the vendor booths, and we gladly accept any donations.
You also mentioned vendor booths. Can you comment on that, because there's quite a bit of that going on as well?
Absolutely. This year we've got space for 30 vendors, including our drink vendors, Coke, Sundrop, a couple of beer companies. But we have everything ranging from Greek food to pizza to sandwiches to gourmet soups, something for everybody. There's also t-shirt sales, all different types of products you could hope to find at a festival. This year, another thing that we're adding is a Corvette Club show. They're going to roll in Saturday morning. They're going to park on the the Lincoln Street side of the festival, and they'll have between 20 and 60 cars there for display.
Do you have any idea how many people this event will draw?
We're hoping for about 6,000 to 8,000. Last year it was estimated that at the opening act, or the headline act on Saturday night, Dustin Lynch performed, we had about 8,000 people, but we couldn't get a true count because there were people across the street, parked in parking lots, sitting on the backs of their trucks, etc. We hope to have about 6,000 to 8,000 people inside the gates this year. I think that's a very manageable number we can easily accommodate.
Stay with us. We'll be right back in a moment.
Have you heard the news? The Russell Barnett Ford family has expanded to 2 separate locations. That's Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Russell Barnett Ford of Winchester. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That means 2 times the customer service and 2 times the inventory. So no matter where you're located, let the Russell Barnett Ford family make your next vehicle purchase a great one. 2 times the inventory, 2 times the customer service. That's the Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Winchester. Why buy anywhere else?
On the train test range, the search for any possible weakness continues. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
Hello, my name is Joe Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. I'm here to talk to you about a couple incentives that are going on between now and the end of the year. First is your federal tax credit up to $300. Secondly, 0% financing up to 15 months on XL products. Third, fall promotion up to $1,100. Finally, $500 incentives from your local power distributor. Please give us a call at 455-8757. Thank you.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Welcome back. Tennessee's 2013 deer archery only season opens statewide on Saturday, September the 28th. The archery season dates in all 3 of the state's deer hunting units are the same. The dates are September 28th through October 25th and October 28th through November the 8th. Tennessee is divided into 3 deer units for better management. Those units are A, B, and L. The antlerless deer bag limits are 4 in units A and B deer management areas and 3 per day in Unit L areas. The antler deer bag limit is a total of 3 for the entire deer season. A hunter may take his 3 antlered deer during any season, but no more than 1 per day. In addition to deer, archers may harvest wild turkey of either sex during the archery-only deer season in counties that have a fall turkey hunt. Turkeys harvested during the archery-only deer season count toward the fall turkey county bag limits. The TWRA makes the recommendation that all archery hunters obtain a 2013 Tennessee Hunting and Trapping Guide. The guide lists the counties and bag limits for each of the different deer management units. The guides are available where hunting and fishing licenses are sold and on the TWRA website. That's www.tnwildlife.org. During the opening weekend of the 2012 deer archery only season, 3,128 deer were harvested, an increase of 317 from 2011's total of 2,811. In 2010, 2,404 were taken the first weekend. Hunters are reminded that they must possess the appropriate license and permits. Any hunter born on or after January 1st, 1969 is required to carry proof of satisfactory completion of a hunter education class or be in possession of the apprentice hunting license along with other required licenses while hunting any species in Tennessee. U.S. Senator Lamar Alexander says a recent decision by the Department of Interior means that Tennessee fish hatcheries will remain open. Alexander said that the nearly 900,000 Tennesseans who buy a fishing license depend on the hatcheries to replace trout destroyed by federal locks and dams. The state's fish hatcheries are located in Erwin and Dale Hollow. Fishing advocates had feared that the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service report expected to be delivered next month would recommend the closure of the hatcheries. Alexander said that he was informed of the Interior Department that it will not close any hatcheries in October and that it has instructed the Fish and Wildlife Services to work on a long-term solution with Congress, state wildlife agencies, and other fishing groups. General Motors says it's adding jobs at its Maury County assembly line. The Detroit automaker said it will add a second shift for production of the four-cylinder Ecotec engine that's expected to add 100 jobs to the southern Middle Tennessee economy. Hiring will begin in January and continue through the year as production increases. Now about 600 workers make engines at the Spring Hill plant. GM also makes the Equinox crossover sport utility vehicle at the location. Last month, the company said it will add 2 more vehicle production lines at the Spring Hill plant by 2015 that would add or retain some 1,800 workers. And don't forget to tune into this week's Living Show tonight at 6:30 p.m., Thursday morning at 9 a.m., and Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evening at 6:30 p.m. This week's guests include Jess Lewis, who will tell us about a haunted cemetery walk coming to Manchester. East Lincoln is inviting you to come out and help support new technology for the kids, and representatives from the Manchester Arts Center will tell us about the current play, The Trouble with Cats. All that and more on this week's Living. We'll be right back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
The highest standard of integrity delivers stability and honor. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of integrity in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
Have you heard that little voice that beckons you to come home to Tennessee? Well, here's your chance. Here's a property offered by its owner. It's 20 miles from the National Walking Horse Celebration grounds in Shelbyville, Tennessee, and only 10 minutes away from the Jack Daniel Distillery in Lynchburg. It's located at 769 Shipman Creek Road. This property has over a 5,300 square foot home on 45 acres, and a sprawling 200 acres is also available. Let's take a look at the house. Built in 1998, this home has 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. This home offers wide open views, featuring the main floor with over 2,700 square feet of living room, an eat-in kitchen, a formal dining area, and a massive 20 by 19 master bedroom with a master bath and fireplace included. There is craftsmanship at every turn, solid cherry cabinets, built-in cherry shelves, and other solid cherry appointments. It's a 2-story home with 3 nicely sized bedrooms upstairs. Down a spiral staircase, the basement hosts a 40 by 40 den with a handcrafted bar. We're leaving the jukebox here, folks. The basement is a recreation room on steroids. There are too many closets to count and more than you'll ever need. There are so many places in this home to find peace that you'll seldom want to leave it. But when you do, you'll discover up to 200 acres of paved roads with city water. The property is quilted with streams, woods, ponds, and open pasture. The view from the porch alone is enough to say you're home. The property includes a 3-bay heavy construction shop and plenty of room to build stables and graze livestock. If Tennessee's been calling you home, start your journey by calling this number. A property like this comes on the market but once in a lifetime. We think you'll love it. We think you'll stay. This is a very real estate.
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's going to be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor, too, when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Imagine a world with more birthdays. We're already working on that. We help people take steps to prevent cancer. The best present they'll ever get. We're the American Cancer Society. Help create a world with more birthdays at morebirthdays.com.
Welcome back. Franklin County dominated the line of scrimmage, particularly on offense, and rolled a 28-17 win over Tullahoma Friday night in Winchester, a victory that ended an 8-game losing streak to the Wildcats. The Rebels ran the ball at will against the Cats, particularly in the third and fourth quarters when Tullahoma was trying to rally, but simply couldn't stop Franklin County's wing tee offense and running back DJ Samuels. The big fullback wound up with more than 300 yards rushing on 30-plus carries after carrying a 3-0 lead into the first period on a 39-yard field goal by Joey Ortiz. The Wildcats wound up trying to fight from behind the rest of the night. It was 19-10 at the half, with the Wildcats adding a 3-yard touchdown run by Cole Potter in the second period after Tullahoma scored on its opening drive of the third period on another 3-yard run by Potter to make it 19-17. It looked like the game was about to get interesting. Not so. Franklin County just kept pounding it on the ground with Samuels, and the Wildcats couldn't get enough stops to catch up. After playing 4 of their first 5 games on the road, the Wildcats, who are now 2-3 on the year, 1-1 in district play, finally get to try their luck at home starting next week with a homecoming contest against Warren County, followed by 3 straight district games at home. The Tullahoma Lady Wildcats battled a 1-1 tie with Lincoln County Thursday night in District 8 AAA soccer showdown at East Middle School. It was senior night for the Lady Cats, and one of those seniors, Megan Vining, scored a late goal to pull her team into a tie after neither team scored in the first half. We'll be right back in a moment with your weather forecast after these messages.
Last month's sales were so good, I need cars now to restock my lot. I'm Keith Barnett at Russell Barnett Kia, and I've come up with a plan. It's my Car Bazaar. Whether you owe $1,000 or several thousand on that car that you hate, this Car Bazaar is here to help you out. Do you have a job and $149? My For the People credit approval process is here to help you out. Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Hurry in before the Car Bazaar ends. I'm Keith Barnett, and I'm the dealer for the people.
Weathervanes are one of the oldest methods of weather prediction. While there are a multitude of designs, the most sensitive weathervane is this rather unattractive dish shape. It detects rain, sleet, snow, even wind. You know it's working because when the bad weather comes in, your TV signal goes out. Quite ingenious.
Outdated satellite technology is no match for clear, reliable TV from Charter.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1931 at 92 degrees. The record low was in 1983 at 35 degrees. The average high on this day is 78, and the average low is 55. For tonight, look for thunderstorms in your forecast with a low of around 63. Rain in your forecast for Wednesday with a high of 73 and a low of 69, and mostly sunny weather returning on Thursday with a high of 79 and a low of 58. And that's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.